You know, my dear nerds, there's an elephant in the room. Everybody talks about handhelds, including me. Handhelds here, handhelds there, but why do we never talk about the fact that anything can be a handheld? Anything that runs Android. And this is kind of my point. The practical person inside of me suffers on the fact that you probably have a plethora of Android devices, phones, tablets, whatever, in your home, and yet you do not play retro games because you've been conditioned by this hobby, by this industry, to think, I don't have an Android handheld, boo-hoo. So you don't play your favorite childhood games, and that right there is tragic. And this is where this video comes in. Notice this in the background. I'm teasing it to you. I'm gonna make a review on it soon. But I want to talk about a telescopic controller that is actually very good value. And I'm not just saying this. This is one of the most, I would say, good quality in terms of how it's built and how it feels controller that doesn't really make you pay a whole ton. This is the kind of controller that you can impulse buy, basically, and this is kind of the sweet Goldilocks area of controllers, the ones that don't cost you an arm and a leg, you know, but you still get a lot of value out of it. I'm talking about the Abxylute S8. And disclaimer, this controller was sent to me by Abxylute themselves, along with this one. I'm gonna do a video on it in the future. But right now I want to talk about the S8 specifically. Basically what we have here is a stretchy controller or a telescopic controller. And it's the kind of controller that you use with your phone, for example, and bam, your phone basically is now a handheld. Looks like a handheld, smells like a handheld, plays like a handheld. And that's the main point of this. Be honest with yourself and with me. Doesn't this look like a freaking handheld with a lot of screen real estate? But I'm not gonna use it with my phone. That's kind of the thing. I'm gonna use it with this bad boy. This is the best tablet that I currently have. It's currently the best tablet in the world. This is the Lenovo Y700 2025. It's with the Snapdragon Elite chip and it has a micro SD card. You're gonna see a review on this pretty soon. I am over the hills gaga over this tablet. These two have been a pair in heaven for me. This is the thing. This doesn't just fit a phone. Yeah, you can use it with a phone and you can be happy, but it stretches enough that it can also swallow a whole freaking tablet, just like this. And I've already paired it because I've actually been using this combo off camera for a few weeks now, and I am so hyped over this. It turns a tablet that you have or a phone into a dang well, pretty good handheld that you can enjoy. For example, let's fire up some Legacy of Kain Defiance, which I actually own, and let's see if this is good or not.
Death and rebirth. This is the engine of life.
I'm just slowly moving it. I can make Raziel either slow walk, faster, or literally run, which is what you want from a thumbstick. The main reason, my dear nerds, why I like this controller more than the G8, I have the G8 Bluetooth version as well, is because this is light in all the right ways. It's a Bluetooth controller. I assume you noticed that by the lack of a USB-C port. It actually makes playing on a tablet like this, on a massive 8.8 inch canvas, really comfortable. The G8 by comparison, bless its soul, it's a good controller, but because that one is heavy, the whole package that we have here would end up being heavy enough for it to be uncomfortable. And I've seen reviews of this thing, earlier units, prototypes most likely, they were very loose with the spring mechanism here. but I'm pretty sure I got a retail unit because the spring is honestly in the Goldilocks zone. It's not as stiff as in the G8, but it's not loose either. You don't feel like this is falling off, which is a very good thing. But anyway, I babbled enough. Let's see what you get in the box. I could show you the manual here. I don't think anyone cares about the manual. You will have to check it out for hotkeys and how to configure these two back buttons. We have customizable back buttons here. We have quite a few tricks. For example, I can take the D-pad off. There we go. And I can put a disc shape one, if this is more your cup of tea. Personally, I like the disc shape one more. I just kept this because this is what it came in the box with. You also get a USB-A to USB-C connector. As I always say, you can never have enough of these, so make sure you have a drawer full of cables and just put it in there. You have to save them. Who knows when you need them, okay? Even if you have 20 of them, save them. Trust me on this. Coming back to the controller, let's check out the layout. We have sticks. Good job, Vlad, you're an amazing reviewer. We have Hall effect sticks. We have a clicky D-pad or a saucer-shaped D-pad. These are micro switches. Two buttons here, which would take the role of start and select. Another, of course, Hall effect stick here. Membrane buttons, which sound pretty nice. This has a vibrator motor in it, which is pretty strong, but I'm pretty sure you can adjust the sensitivity of that vibration. I haven't done that yet. Pretty nice, and I would say not really silent, but nice to push shoulder buttons. And of course, analog Hall stick triggers, which every self-respecting controller should have. The ABXY, of course, they are membrane. Don't expect micro switches here. The sticks also have this rubberized texture to them, which makes them feel very nice. You also have a home button here. This changes colors depending on the way in which you connect the controller. You can connect it in Xbox mode, X input mode, and some other ways here. You can also connect it via the USB-C if you're into that. Then you have the manual button right here, with which you can configure turbo in case you want any of the buttons to press very fast. That's what turbo does. And the screenshot button, which I'm not really sure why it's included. I'm not a fan of screenshot buttons, but oh well. There's this nice design bridge over here. Overall, it's very comfortable. It's as comfortable, if not more comfortable, than an Xbox controller, just so you have a point of reference. You can play it because it's Bluetooth from a distance, but the main star of the show is that you want to consolify this. And that's what we're doing now. I should have locked this to landscape. And this, my dear nerds, is just an awesome, a freaking awesome experience. I have been quote-unquote testing this for such a long time. In fact, testing is an excuse, because I've been playing this. I've been playing this in my free time as it is right now. And like I said, because the controller is lightweight, this is bearable. This is manageable in terms of weight. And if you don't have a tablet like this to use, don't worry about it. You can use your phone, and this is really light by this point. I have handhelds that are heavier than this combo right here. And in my humble opinion, this is what makes a handheld a handheld. It needs to not be that heavy. When it's not heavy, you enjoy holding it for hours on end because, like most of us, or at least like me, you would get lost when you play, and you would play for quite a long time. And if you don't want to use your phone or your tablet, you can be a freaking mad lad and do something like This is so so silly. Do something like this, and all of a sudden the Tor is immensely more comfortable and ergonomic. I wouldn't use this personally, it's a waste of other controllers that we have on the handheld itself, but hey, it's possible and it takes it. I'm just a bit paranoid with this. Let me close it first. This is my brand new baby. Yeah, it takes it, it holds it. This is a thing. Well, not really, but this is a thing, and this is a thing. And I just wanted to make this video because I think it's my duty to tell you and to rant and to push upon you the things that I genuinely use on the day-to-day. And in case you're thinking of the price, well, the price isn't really something that would break the bank. Abxylute right now sells it for $55 right from their website, but I also have a 5% off code. I know 5% isn't a lot, but hey, you save money. Who doesn't like saving money? 5% can go in freaking other things. So use that code, it will be in the video description. Did I say that this was sent by Abxylute, but no money exchanged hands and all thoughts here are my own? In case I didn't, I'm saying it now, I just like this controller. And of course you can even use it with Moonlight and Sunshine, you can play some PC games on this. I have Legacy of Kain Soul River Remastered, which is a game you should totally play. Now, I don't know why they called it the S8, because they released the S9 before it, but who knows what marketing Abxylute has over there. I would especially get something like this if you're into modularity. The problem with handhelds, since the beginning of time, is that if you have a part of the controller setup that misbehaves, like a stick ends up having stick drift, you're basically, how should I put this? Well, you're basically fornicated in a lovely manner. Whereas with this, you basically separate the device, the brains, the handheld brains, the screen and the processing power from the controller part. And if you have even a main phone or a spare phone, this ends up being a damn lovely setup. But anyway, I don't want to just praise this thing. There's actually, by design, a flaw. And that flaw is that it's a telescopic controller, meaning that this, or more rather this, isn't really pocketable. You can't shove this in your pocket, no matter how hard you try. Or can you? I don't know, maybe you're wearing those trousers that were popular in the 90s and early 2000s. And this kind of makes it an apartment or a home controller. You have to make peace with this. Fortunately, I see a lot more manufacturers going for magnetic, ultra pocketable controllers like this. I'm very excited by this form factor. I hope we see all producers fighting in this new niche of controllers. But for comfort, I just want to make it clear to you, this will always be more comfortable than something magnetic like this. No matter the shape of a magnetic controller, the fact that you have all the space here to just rest your arms. The telescopic controllers for home use will still be, in my humble opinion, king when it comes to controller mobile form factors. So, these are my thoughts on this. Let me know what you think. Are you pro or anti telescopic controllers? I like the idea of them, simply because it allows you to use a device that you already have. You don't need to go out and buy an expensive Android handheld. You can, if you want, don't get me wrong, handhelds are good. But if you only have a phone and you don't want the investment, get yourself a controller. That's kind of the thing. And with controllers, if you want to do yourself a favor, you will always shop value for price, because there's a lot of them. So rambling idiots like me are here to point you in the right direction. And for the value, this is a damn good one. That's kind of the whole video, to be honest. Anyway, my dear nerds, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you like controllers like these? Or do you like this one in particular? Leave your comments below. I read all of them. I may not respond to all of them, but you are in my brain rent-free if you leave a comment. And we'll see each other next time. I'm gonna do way more videos moving forward, so subscribe if you haven't. Like, I would love you forever if you like and comment. That tickles the algorithm. And I also have a Discord if you want to join. It's in the video description. Just click the invite there, and that's where I hang out more. That's where all of you can converse with me, and we can talk together and like socialize. Anyway, I love you very much. We'll see each other in the next video. Bye.